Hey guys, Michael from Copper vs Glass, and today we've got a slightly different video. I've been playing a ton of Skater XL recently, and I've actually been playing it on my iPad. Now, there's going to be a video coming soon about how exactly I've been doing that, but for now I thought I'd give you guys a quick overview of some of the awesome community maps you can download if you play this game on PC. Now, you won't really know this, but I used to skate a ton back when I was younger, and I've pretty much played every single Tony Hawk's game, Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 2 being one of my favourite of all time. I'm really looking forward to picking up the Pro Skater 1 and 2 remake, so again, if you guys want to see a video on that, leave a thumbs up down below. And like most people, playing Tony Hawk then led me on to the Skate series of games by EA, and again I played 1, 2 and I played 3 for a ton, so I really enjoy skateboarding games in general, and the more realistic for me the better. So when Skater XL came out, I thought I would give it a go, and I have now put 100 or so hours into the actual game itself, which for a game that doesn't really have any story or any sort of competitive challenges or really that much in terms of what you can do, that's actually quite a lot of time. Now unfortunately, if you play Skater XL on any console, whether it's Xbox or PlayStation, you don't have access to any mods or community made maps, but hopefully that's going to be something coming later down the line. But for now, this is all going to be about PC mods and the additional levels you can download. Now I'm going to have some links in the description down below of where I get all of my levels from, and if you guys want a full video on how to use and install mods, let me know with a like down below or just a quick comment letting me know that's something you guys want to see in the future. But that's enough for the intro, let's get to the maps. So first up we have Arsenal Park HD. Now just to let you know, the majority of these maps in this particular video are going to be smaller sized maps, so do keep that in mind. I will be doing a video shortly on some of the larger maps, so again hit that subscribe button if that's something you guys want to see. But with Arsenal Park, you've got a really nice concrete park, a ton of hubbers and ledges, and a ton of nice rails as well. Now, one thing that I would say is the trees on the actual level itself can sometimes have performance issues, so if you do have some slightly lower end hardware, that may be a slight issue, but again, if you just reduce the graphics down to maybe low, it's not going to be too much of a problem. Overall though, the flow of this particular park is really nice, and just in general you can get some really nice clips and lines, which again I'll feature at the end. Next up then we have Liability Park. Now again, this one is going to be more of a concrete style park with a ton of ledges and things, and again it just has a really nice flow to it, maybe even better compared to the Arsenal Park. As you can see here, the lighting and just in general the overall feel of the park looks extremely good, and you've also got some really nice unique obstacles to go around. All of the ledges and rails are really nicely splined, so you're not going to have any issues with getting stuck on rails or anything like that at all. Now you do also have a nice bowl area at the back. Now if you've played any Skater XL at all, you know that transition skating isn't necessarily the best, so if you want to stay away from that part you can do, because the street section itself is actually really nice. You can also get some really nice unique lines going from the street section into the more transition area, so again if that's something you're into, this park definitely has you covered. The overall graphics do look really nice as well. The overall flow of the level is also extremely good, but again I would maybe avoid the more transition-y type area, because again like I mentioned, Skater XL for transition skating isn't the best. Now the forest is probably my favourite map on this list. Now again, yes, it does have a ton of assets and a ton of trees, but unlike the Arsenal Park level, it doesn't really impact performance. Now the reason for that, from what I can tell, is there is a slight fog or haze as you can see, so overall performance on PC, even on high or ultra settings, is going to be great. Now you also have some really high ledges and high rails as well, so you're going to be getting those really nice big tricks and those really big lines as well. Now there are some awesome unique sections as well, so do keep an eye out for some of the trenches. You've also got some manual combo areas towards the back right of the map as well, and just in general it's got a really nice flow to it. Now this one, out of all of the parks on this list, does have some unique elements to it, and again that's kind of what makes it one of my favourite maps. You can get some really nice lines and some really nice clips on this particular level, and again even if you want to make your way from one side of the level to the other, you can pretty much do that in one continuous combo, which you can't really say a lot for some of the other maps out there. Now you also get a ton of unique stuff with this map, because there's actually animals that are roaming around the map, so you may come across some small rabbits or even a deer that you may have to avoid, but they're going to look really awesome in the background of some clips. Overall it's a really nice park with some nice flow to it, and as I mentioned, the graphics aren't too taxing on modern hardware. Now the warehouse is the most recently updated map on this list, and I can see why. The lighting in this map is some of the best of any Skater XL map that I've actually seen. Not only do you have the nice light coming in through the windows on the side and top of the actual warehouse, but you've also got a ton of lights on the ceiling and also in the planters on the ground as well, so when you're doing some tricks over them, for example, you're going to get some really awesome lighting and shadows. Now again, it's not really too taxing on your PC, which is great to see, but it does have a really nice unique elements to it, nice lighting, some nice vegetation in the actual map itself as well, and you've also got some really nice flow going down the right, left or the middle, and it is quite a short map in terms of the actual width itself, so it's more of a long style line, but you can get some really awesome clips. You've got a nice selection of some manual pads, hubbers, ledges, rails, and a nice sort of snake line section to the right hand side of the map as well, so you can get some really awesome lines to it as well, and some nice combos going pretty much throughout the whole level from start to finish. You've also got some really nice neon signs and things around the map that give it a really unique look to it as well. I do wish that the lighting coming in from the outside was a little bit less, because if this map was basically completely pitch black apart from the lights in the warehouse, I think that might look a little bit better, but maybe that's something later on down the line that the person that made the map can actually do. Now this to me is basically the ultimate fantasy park that I would have loved to have when I was younger, and again with the awesome lighting you can get some really nice video parts that look very unique compared to your standard concrete or wooden park. Overall the warehouse is probably one of my favourite maps available now for Skater XL, and again it's going to be linked down in that description with every other map that I mention in this video. And then lastly we have Park Rosemont, which again is kind of what you would find with a local skate park built by the community, for example. You've got some really awesome transition here which actually does work quite well considering that it is Skater XL. You've got some nice rails, manual pads, this really awesome dip as well, and you can get some really nice unique lines with all the vegetation and plants and things on the actual map itself. The video clips that you're going to create on this map are going to look really nice. Now with the park being so small, there is actually a ton of open space around the map, which I'm not necessarily a huge fan of. There are some sort of benches and a couple of ledges out there as well that you can get access to, but I'm hoping that means that later on down the line they're going to maybe expand it and put other sections to the actual level itself. The map itself has some really unique homemade elements to it with all of the really bright graffiti and things on all the ramps and all the transitions as well. So again, it's one of the more colourful maps that I think looks incredible. Now it's also really great if you want to get some really awesome manual lines. You've got a ton of stuff here to trick on, which is really nice to see. Now again, the park may be a little bit small for some people's liking, but again, if you do get that perfect line, you can get some really awesome looking video. Now graphics wise, this one runs perfectly fine on even low end hardware. Again, I'm going to be using on ultra settings here on my iPad, and again a video is coming on how I've been doing that, but the graphics themselves look really nice. It doesn't really dip in terms of the frame rate at any point. Occasionally though, for some reason it did crash the game. Now I'm not sure whether that was something that I was doing, but the two times that it happened it was on this park specifically, but there was kind of a week or two between those two clips, so it might just be Skater XL itself, not the actual map. And on the Skater XL community page where I actually got the map from, I didn't see anyone else having a similar sort of issue. However, if you guys download this map and you do have some issues, it's really easy to reach out to the guy that made it and hopefully come up with a fix if it is the actual map itself. However, it won't really stop me skating it. And that's going to do it guys for this video on the 5 best small parks currently available for Skater XL. Now as and when more parks do become released, I will be doing an update to this video, and I'm also going to be doing a really great video on some of the bigger, more open-ended levels available that you can download. If you guys also want to see my setup in regards to all the stats and things that I use with my custom mods, again let me know by leaving a thumbs up or comment down below. Also, if you enjoyed this video, be sure to give a thumbs up down below so I know that this is something that you guys enjoy seeing and maybe want to see more. If you've got any questions or comments, let me know in the comments below, and if you're not already subscribed, now's a great time to do so. I've got a ton more content coming up, whether it's going to be Android, tech or games related, so again, once you're subscribed, hit that notification bell so you're notified anytime I post a new video here on the channel. I'm Michael from Copper vs Glass. Thanks very much for watching, and as always, I will catch you guys in the next video.